just talk about certain topics that sometimes we can't really talk about. I am filming this video for the third time. I think I've gone like off track a little bit. Like, I think I explained anything properly. Like, I was, but your girl is going to get her shit up quick. Hi guys, I'm Kibisha. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be filming a girl talk video. I'm really excited to film this video because I feel like I get to connect with you guys and give the fellow girls, the fellow women out there some advice. But I just want to give advice and just talk about certain topics that sometimes we can't really talk about, like talking about periods, boys, crushes, school drama and shit. Sometimes you can't really talk about that with like your parents and stuff like that, so we can pretend like we're talking to each other, and hopefully I get to cover a lot. I actually wrote down everything on my iPad and it's all gone, so I have to go off the top of my head, which is the reason why I'm filming this for the third time, because I don't remember what I covered. Like, I don't exactly remember, but let's get into this video. So the first topic I want to cover is periods. So periods are a very normal thing all women go through. I got my period when I was in grade 8. This was like January 11th, 2019. Okay, I was so excited when I got my period. Like, the first person I called my friend. At that moment, like one of my closest friends, I called her and I was like, bro, I got my period. And the only reason I called her first is because out of like our friend group, my elementary school friend group, everyone got their period except me. So I felt so left out. I told them like, okay, whenever I get my period, maybe now or like in high school, I will tell you guys first. Because like, I was always there helping my friends when they're on their period. Like, I would literally bring pads to school, put them in my bag, you know? Anytime my friends needed it, I got their backs. Like, with anything, I got their backs. So I was like, my friend was like the first person I called, and I was like, bro, like, I got my period, and we were like all excited. But when I didn't have my period and stuff like that, I felt very left out because like everyone got their periods and I felt like I was so late to this experience. But honestly, if you still haven't got your period, don't worry. I got my period. I don't know if I could say I got my period late because I feel like the age is very normal. I know some people get their period in like grade 5, grade 6, which I'm like, how did you guys handle that? Like, those years where you would be like, you know, playing outside and stuff, you know, at that age a period would feel like so much. At a young age, you're like, what the frick is happening, you know? But at that time when I got my period, I knew what to do because there's like 2 other people in my family that get their period as well, my mom and my sister. So I was there, like, I feel like I was experiencing it with them, you know, when they talk about like cramps and like, you know, the blood flow and stuff. Like, I was kind of getting educated as they were talking about their experience. So when I got my period, it didn't feel too confusing, because like when I think about it, when younger people get their period, I'm like, how did you realize what was happening? But I was at that age where I kind of knew how everything was gonna go, so it wasn't too confusing. But another thing I want to cover in periods are cravings. I've never really got cravings before. I don't really track what I eat on my period, so I can't really say that I had cravings before. But to anyone who had certain cravings on their period, what is it, guys? Like, what is it that like you randomly crave when you're on your period? For me, I don't really know because I crave food all the time. It's not like when I'm on my period. Okay, this is another thing I wanted to talk about, is the products that you could use when you're on your period. I think there's like a menstrual cup, there's like tampons, pads. I personally use pads. I don't really use tampons, but let me tell you guys, wear what you're most comfortable with wearing. If you want to wear a pad, wear a pad. If you want to wear a tampon, wear a tampon. It is your choice. It's your body. If you feel more comfortable in a tampon, you go, girl. It is your choice. I know some people are like, oh, I wear a pad, and someone who wears a tampon makes fun of the person who wears a pad because they're like, oh, like, are you that scared to wear a tampon? Like, if she's more comfortable to wear a pad, or if she's more comfortable to wear a tampon, let the girl live. It's her body. She's going through it. It's their choice. I don't know why people make it such a big deal. I know tampons are great for when you're more active, like if you're a dancer or if you do sports. I know tampon is great for that. I've been wearing pads. There's this one. That's why this one pad is literally the best. You don't even feel like you're wearing a pad. Like, it's that good. I'll insert a picture over here. It's like the best. I highly recommend if you guys are gonna, like, you know, try like different pads to try this out. But also to anyone who wears pads that have heavy bleeding, I know sometimes it's kind of disgusting to be sitting in your own blood. I know it's kind of weird, but the best advice I can give you is try to change your pad a little bit frequently, not too frequently, but if it's really like flowing a lot, change your pad. Especially if it's a heavy bleeding, don't help yourself out, just change your pad. But another thing I want to talk about is mood swings, okay? Mood swings are another very normal thing that we face when we're on our periods. Sometimes anytime I'm on my period, I try to think like, okay, let me not overreact, because I notice that I overreact a lot when I'm on my period. Especially because I don't want to ruin other people's days by just letting my anger out. We all go through it when we're on our periods. But mood swings is a very normal thing. I haven't realized how bad my mood swings were until like I would yell at my sister, and I'm like, why did I just yell at her like that? Like, it wasn't even that deep. Like, why, you know? This is all I wanted to cover for periods. Now I'm going to be talking about high school. So I'm going to be talking about crushes, boyfriends, and stuff like that. So at the moment, girl is single. I don't really have anyone in my head right now as a like crush and stuff. I prefer to keep my mind off that because I find that boyfriends, crushes, they're very distracting, okay? Sometimes when you have a crush, you know, it's fun, okay? I'm not gonna lie. With crushes and stuff, at like, you know, in like these like school years, it's kind of fun because you're like, oh my god, when am I gonna see them next? Should I take this route so I could see them? Or you can gossip about it with your friends. Having crushes are normal. To me, through my own experience, I feel like crushes are really distracting, or like, because I'm already an overthinker, so I find that having a crush is gonna, like, yes, if I can think about it, I could talk about it, but at the same time, like, I don't want to be thinking about this person forever. I don't want to be thinking about this person for too long, you know? Like, okay, so I was looking back at this when I was editing, and what I meant by like thinking about them for too long, it's like someone who isn't in your life and you're just stressing over them. Like, I don't want to stress over someone who's not even in my life. So that's what I mean. Not like, oh, they're in my life but I don't want to think about them. It's especially to people who are not in your life that I don't want to think about. Okay, yeah. Like, why I sometimes worry about this person too much, you know, think about it, be like, oh my god, do they like me? Oh, like, no. I would rather think about something more than just, you know, stressing about the person. But I just find them very distracting. I'm single, your girl. I don't even plan on thinking about getting into a relationship because as I said, I'm an overthinker. I don't think I need that right now. I'd rather focus in school and just have fun with my friends. But this is obviously like a different perspective for everyone. Like, through my personal experience with crushes, it's fun, okay? Like, you know, having a crush is fun. I grew up in a household where I am very free to be talking about this with my mom. Like, I just talk about it to my mom and be like, oh my god, I like this person, you know? But I've always told my mom that, like, crushes are just so distracting. Like, why am I thinking about them so much, you know? Like, I love supporting like my fellow friends who are in relationships. I love to support them. I'm always that person that's giving advice to my friends and shit like that. I'm just like, oh, like, do this, do that, like. Okay, I hope this makes sense because this is gonna be hell of a shit to edit. But now, friends, friend groups, instead of, you know, being friends with a bunch of people that talk shit about you, that don't like you, hang around with people that personally make you happy. I found this super hard to grasp in the beginning when my cousins or sister would tell me, but I realized it now when realizing that not everyone is gonna like you. People are gonna dislike you, and you just have to accept it that they don't like you. Sometimes it's hard, but you have to accept it, move on. Not everyone is gonna like you, which I thought everyone liked me, but you come to find out that not everyone likes you, and everyone has their own opinions. If you have your own opinions, go on about it. I don't really care. I've learned to this point not to care about stuff like that, but have 2 close friends instead of having like 10 fake people that don't like you and possibly be talking behind your back, because that's the worst too. I feel like that's one of the worst things, to find out that this person that you've been super close with, that you thought that liked you, has been talking shit behind your back, that doesn't really like you. But the one positive thing I could say about friend groups is, friend groups, in my opinion, they're nice. You can hang out with them but you don't need to be in a friend group to have fun, okay? For me, I was like, it was like this really nice friend group and stuff. It was like the beginning, still the same to this point, but you can even know we were going out for lunch, and I was just like, I never really experienced this because I've never really been in a friend group. It was always just like me, myself. After entering high school, guys, I never really thought about like friends. I was like, okay, shit. Another thing I'll say, when you enter high school, you will stop talking to people. I entered high school thinking that I would still talk to the same people, but frick no, literally I stopped talking to almost everyone from elementary school except maybe like 1 or 2 people, which I find shocking that I still talk to the people that I didn't expect to talk with, because like I wasn't really close with them and got super close with them out of nowhere, you know? So I'm gonna be talking about mental health now. I find that mental health is a very important topic because I've been going through the worst. I was going through the worst like 2 months of my life. So I think it was like January 25th. My grandma passed away, and it was one of like the worst months of my life. Like the month after that was really bad. I was going through this really weird situation, and it was honestly like I was so mentally drained, and school was so hard as well, and I feel like no one was understanding me. Like sometimes I can talk about it to my friends and be like, are they even listening to me? Or the best thing I've done is just talk to my sister about it. I found that my sister was really the only person at that time who would just listen to me. And sometimes the best thing I can tell you is if you have a lot of shit in your head, please go talk about it to someone, okay? That could be your mom, your sister. If you want to talk about it to your stuffed animals, just go talk to them. I used to talk to my stuffed animals about my stress, you know, and it helps. You need to let those words out. Whatever's in your head, you need to let it out, and the best way you can let it out is talking to someone about it, okay? Sometimes it's hard to, you know, let everything out. You're like, or writing it down. If you want to write everything down, for me, I can't, like, my hands hurt anytime I write for too long, and I get lazy and I'm like, no, I can't. So try writing it out, or try talking about it with someone else. And mental health is, I feel like it's super important. Parents, to all the parents out there, sometimes understand your kids. If they don't want to go to school that day and, you know, they're saying that they're not feeling well, they're mentally stressed, listen to them, okay? A lot of kids out here are, you know, they're losing it every day. You know, they're at that point where they just want to end it. They're like, I'm done with this. No one is understanding me anymore. There's parents out there that don't understand what's going on inside their kids' heads. The parents are like, oh, you're 16. Like, you wake up, you go to school, you come back, you scroll through TikTok. Like, what are you thinking about? I'm here out paying bills. Like, what are you stressing about? You're totally wrong, because you don't know what your kids are going through. And I find it, especially with mental health, parents, you literally need to talk to your kids. You need to understand their situation as well. It was the beginning where I felt like no one understood me. Like, I found that I was acting so weird when I had so much shit in my head. Like, I couldn't get things straight. I talked about it with my dad, and I talked about it with my mom, and just full out, I just like went out. I'm like, this is what's up. Like, I can't do this anymore. Thank God they understood me. And I know a lot of people's parents don't understand them in a way like this. They bring up you're 16, what do you gotta worry about, you know? Another thing I want to talk about, this is the last thing, but body positivity. You guys, everyone, you're beautiful. I'm skinny. I've been bullied since I was like in grade 4, but I still remember everyone who has bullied me. Like, if you think I forgot, you're wrong. I literally remember every single person who has said something about my appearance. But you're beautiful. Don't change for anyone else, okay? When I mean it, I mean it. You're beautiful. And sometimes I know we're all self-conscious. Is that right? We all have insecurities. I have insecurities. Everyone has insecurities. But let me tell you, you're beautiful. If you want to wear that dress, but you're like, oh, I look too fat, I look too skinny, you look gorgeous, okay? If you want to wear it, okay? You're wearing it for yourself. You're not wearing it for them. If they're worried that you look too fat, you look too skinny, well, their loss. You look amazing, okay? What is so funny is that it's the same people who say shit about me being skinny and are working out to be skinny. Like, body positivity, we need to bring up. Girls support girls, you know? Or you don't even have to be a girl, okay? But like anyone, we have to support other people instead of bringing people down because they look too skinny, they look too fat. What the heck, bro? I feel confident, I feel hot. If I'm gonna wear this, I'm gonna wear this. And if you don't like it, move on. Like, why are you so, it's not even that deep. Like, what's literally, like, why is it pissing you off that I'm skinny, right? I'm healthy and I'm good. But I covered a lot today. What the frick? But I hope you guys enjoyed this girl talk video. I hope I got to cover everything. If I didn't cover that much, comment down below what other topics I should cover. And I was so scared, if I could be honest, to really be talking about this, because like I had a lot to say, you know, about body positivity, mental health. I feel like out of the whole thing, it was body positivity and mental health that I felt like really needed to be talked about, you know? It was two really main topics. I struggled with mental health, I struggled with body positivity and like stuff like this, with people saying really negative things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys. Also, if you're wondering, like, do I drive? No. Okay, your girl's gonna go. Bye guys. Don't forget, you're gorgeous and I understand you. We all have feelings, you know, we all have stuff that we want to say but we can't say it. But I understand you, girl. You do you. And I love you guys. Bye guys.